Hey, what's up everybody? It's Testacular, and I'm here to show you a very fun game from a very certain specific match from a challenge I played today. A scam matchup, and I was playing the Newton Cradle deck, which I think is well positioned right now in the metagame, and I wanted to try it out. This game 3 was just so wild that I kind of wanted to make a video about it. So here we go. Let's set the scene. We find ourselves on the play because we lost to a early Archon of Cruelty in game 2 with our only interaction stripped by grief. So we had to go to game 3 here. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Sorry about that, folks. I adjusted the camera a little bit because it was blocking the hand. This was the opener for game 3. I'm gonna let you sit on it for a moment. Yeah, we're gonna ship it. This 6, obviously much more serviceable. Gut instinct might be to bottom Dryad Arbor, but I believe in this scenario, the correct thing to do is bottom one of your lands. This creates a higher green count for endurance while ramping on turn 1, so it's not like hugely important to have a reliable second land drop, I think, in this case, and it's more important to have endurance readily available. So we ended up pitching the Wooded Foothills, it would seem. Not really sure that was right in hindsight, but we're gonna go with it. Our opponent leads with a basic swamp and sends it back to us. We are able to draw Lair of the Hydra and basically just threaten a green sun for 2 here. Get white online. I was expecting Entomb, but they cycled Troll of Khazad Doom, revealed an Underground Sea. They cast a Dothy Voidwalker. I wasn't quite ready for that. I mean, Animate Dead was more on my radar for that maneuver, and I was kind of like ready to endurance, but you know, Voidwalker's a really good play, all things considered, especially catching white this early. We draw a natural order here, means that the new plan is to kind of just set up for the natural order. I wanted to use this Green Sun Zenith first in order to bait any potential counter magic, including Daze here, which is why I tapped out. But we got to get another white down, which is also just incredible. Keeping the Noble Hierarch around for now, just because it is a good mana source. And then also, notice that I'm keeping the Dryad Arbor here in hand instead of deploying it. Again, just want something to pitch to endurance here, just in case. Also, be able to hold on to natural order. So they are reanimating, targeting Troll. Endurance comes down, is able to shut that off. Voidwalker comes in, good old 17 life, so 17 all. At the end step, I did end up using white here. I think the play was to try to grab Cradle, and unfortunately one of our whites gets fatal pushed. The second natural order is not really the draw we're looking for, so that's kind of scary. It's a big scary moment for us. They wasteland the Cradle and then brainstorm here. Alright, Voidwalker comes in, puts us to a good healthy 14. Stringheart and Tuco is the draw. They tap some mana and end up forcing it. And they end up turning, cycling a Troll, and then I believe this is where they animate Dead. Yes. So now it's not looking very good. Dothy Voidwalker puts us down to 11. We draw and we find a Misty Rainforest. We hold back with white because we can't really swing into a 5/5 with that. It's 11 to 11 now. Things are getting a little weird. Here come the attackers. I'm going to opt to just go to a solid 3 here. The whole plan is to basically deploy enough mana to natural order next turn, because it's all we can do. So we activate this Lair of the Hydra. We sack it out with white, get Cradle, at which point my opponent brainstorms. Okay, not really much I can do about that, so we're just going to let that happen. I fetch end of turn and find a Dryad Arbor. Here's what it boils down to, right? We need to somehow put 3 blockers on the table while also dealing with this Voidwalker. So what we're going to do here is we're going to natural order and hope this resolves. Natural order resolves. We grab Atraxa. Top 10 cards here. Obviously, Reclaimer and Zenith, 2 of our picks. Third one, I believe, ended up being a Gaia's Cradle. We play the new Cradle, play a Reclaimer, a Swamp Cycle, a Troll in response. Yeah, I'm not really sure if Cradle was the right play. I thought there might have been a Green Sun Fallout for 0, but both Arbors are exiled, so maybe a small error on my part. Alright, but here's the thing, right? So the Troll obviously can't attack because we have the lifelink. The most obvious thing that they can do at this point is attack with Voidwalker only. However, because we have White at the Reliquary, we can sack out a Reclaimer, grab a Talon Gates, and phase out the Voidwalker. This buys us an attack step with Atraxa. This is a huge turning point at 2 life. Like, this is how powerful Talon Gates really can be. And it was just wild because I was sitting there, like, in the middle of this game, and I was thinking, oh god, like, all they have to do is attack with Voidwalker because, like, the blocking thing is obvious. And it took me even a second to be like, oh wait. The Voidwalker was turned sideways and attacking, and I was just like, oh, I can just go get Talon Gates at the cost of my Reclaimer now. When I cast this once upon a time, I was thinking about only ways I lose the game. And to me, that seemed like somehow Animate Deading an Archon or an Atraxa. Took Fairy Macabre here. Might have been better to just take a second White of the Reliquary, but I wanted to play as safely as I possibly could. Now it's 9-11, and our opponent deploys a Harbinger of the Seas. That card has been not really that great against me today. I've seen 2 Scam players bring it in, and it just has not really been all what they're looking for. I think we're only really most scared of this kind of effect when somebody is jamming it on turn 1. I think that is the time that we are afraid of this kind of effect, but it is really lackluster thing for Scam to board in against us. Sorry about that little tangent. So anyway, they come into attack. They're basically forcing us to give up our creatures at this point because while I could go to 1, I don't think that would be great for me, and the Atraxa can honestly just do so much for me at this point. So we'll take the block. We'll go back to 13. Send it back at you. Put you to 4. There's a point where this Voidwalker gets sacked for an endurance. I think the replay is actually bugging out on me, which is really funny. None of the rest of the replay played. I really don't think that was the end. Voidwalker definitely like brought back endurance to block, chump block like 1 more turn. Talon Gates is without a doubt probably the best add to this deck post MH3. It's not even an MH3 card, but I really think that this card is just kind of cracked. Second place goes to White of the Reliquary. Card is super fun to play. Had a really good time with it. Springheart really did a good job of populating the board today, clogging up the board and like making multiple Reclaimers and like doing really cool stuff. Really excited to play with that card some more. So I recommend if you're having Rescaminator issues to register Elvish Reclaimer. Card seems to be the way. So I can't think of an outro. Bye.